Hey, I'm a little late. I'm back from COVID, so excuse me if I wander a little bit. My energy's just not quite ready yet. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to talk about Silky hues. I was planning to do this last week, and so we'll see if my script makes any sense in my plan for this week, if I can follow it. I'm Cadence Kidwell, proprietress here at Fuzzy Goat in Thomasville, Georgia, and you can see all that I'm talking about at fuzzygoatyarns.com. It's no secret that we love a silk blend here in the South at Fuzzy Goat, and we have some beautiful ones, and not just for the warm weather. I finished my Hakuji. I will have the link for that in the show notes. I'm sorry, on the yarn page. I'm going to stand up so you can see it. I'm actually wearing it inside out. You can wear it either way. And today, I like seeing the cables a little more pronounced with the pearl bumps in between. So I'm really loving wearing this sweater. It's a nice oversized sweater, and it was meant for a lace weight, but I had my heart set on this songbird color, and so I had many adventures that I've put on my Ravelry page about how I made this sweater. So mine does not look exactly like the pattern. I feel like that's kind of part of the lesson always, is trying to make it your own, and you'll see some ways that I did that. So this would be perfect for Fino. We got some new ones in while I wasn't feeling well. I ordered some more, and it came in just in time. Thank you so much, Manos. So these colors here, we all have, it took me 3 to make this sweater. Now, my 3 did not match very well. They were not all that cohesive. So let me show you again. I had a lighter one at top, and I faded it into the darker one down at the bottom. So in here is my fading section. And then, which actually turned out great with my sleeves, and then I used my third skein, which was kind of in between, which I didn't really know was gonna be in between for the sleeves, and the sleeves kind of hit right about where the fading started in. So I was really happy with the way all that turned out, and it's just really cozy. So it's really nice for, a first day back at the shop after being under the weather. It's a perfect kind of sweater for that. But if you're not feeling like a sweater, another item that you can make with Fino is the Girl's Best Friend. Now we made that it's meant for 3 colors, 3 skeins, and you could use 3 skeins of Fino here. We'll play in a second and put some together. Or you could use our kit, which uses a Fino mini bundle and 1 skein, and you could do that also. So you could put those in this, use this in the Fino kit, and yeah. Sorry, right? This is the way it's going to go today. I'm just so grateful that Melissa will be here today, and I'm just so grateful for Melissa. Anyway, she kept everything just moving smoothly. I kept getting texts from her and Carolina saying, we've got it, we're fine, and they were all fine. Okay, so if you want to do Girl's Best Friend and you want to do it in 3 colors, you could do something really kind of soft and muted in these 3, which is Brass Button, I think this is Tea Biscuit, and Pocket Watch. That would be really pretty. But if you wanted to add another zing into it, you could add in Songbird. And then if you wanted something with more contrast, I love this blue, such a beautiful blue. Watered Silk. If I were to make another one, I would do it in this color here. Watered Silk, and you could do the variegated here of Bluebird. Bluebird's got some pink that pops up in there. Really does look like a bluebird, doesn't it? And maybe that would go well with the pocket watch. You could put those together for a 3 skein Girl's Best Friend. Okay, another one that I have to get on the stick, as my mom would say, to figure out which I don't even know what that means, right? I've spent a lot of time thinking about what do some of these sayings mean. Yes, Fino is a fingering weight. It's a light fingering weight. As well as this sea silk lace, this Sweet Georgia sea silk lace that I'm showing you here. I ordered this at Market because I loved it, and I have not picked out a pattern yet because I just let myself get distracted. And so I got to get on it because this basket when I left was super full, and now it's not so much. So this beautiful sea silk lace is, we also picked out these same colors and more in fingering, DK, and worsted. And Melissa has picked out some great patterns for this here. This ardent shawl is really pretty, and you could do it in one skein. That would feel so good on the neck. So this is so much fun. This is a lace, but it is a heavy lace. Not quite as thick as as Fino, but I think in some cases you could use it as a light fingering. And thank you all for your well wishes. I mean, so many well wishes. I was overcome with how you all were thinking about me. It just took me down. But I want to say bouncing. I'm not sure I'm sliding back in. I'm bouncing back, sliding back. This has lots of yardage. All right, let me see if that's not what you want to know. It has 494 yards in it. It's 65% silk and 35% sea silk. So 65% silk. Isn't that amazing? And then 35% sea silk, which is really kind of like a seaweed. So it feels amazing. All kind of plant-based like that. One skein would make this ardent shawl. And we have the link to that pattern at the Seasell yarn page. Okay, this one here is beautiful for you crocheters. Also one skein. Let's see, that one is called Stitch Oasis. And look at that, that would be really pretty in that. You could use this Cassis color, but look how beautiful this one is too, Stormy Night. We will definitely be reordering this because I feel like by the time I figure out my pattern, we might be some slim pickings. And then the Rocket Tee. So the Rocket Tee does call for a fingering, but you could stripe it like these two colors and see what kind of gauge you get for that. I think that would be really great for the fall even here in the South. And so these two colors, this one is amber ale, and this one is honey gold. So those would be great. I'm really excited about this Sweet Georgia sea silk lace. I definitely meant to be spending some of my time at home looking for patterns, but alas, that was not something I could focus on. And then this one color, look at that. I think we just have one skein. This one left, this Twilight. So those are there, yeah. Oh, okay, so let's see. Connie looked up. On the stick means to start working hard at something that one has been avoiding doing. And I'm not a procrastinator, really, not at all. I think going to grad school and having 3 kids, if I ever was a procrastinator, that just fixed it for me, because you never knew when a kid was going to get sick and you couldn't work on your paper. So I always like seize the moment. So maybe that's why I didn't know what it meant. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to start working hard at finding my sea silk pattern. All right, another bundle of silk that we got recently is, I can't really pull this back over here. This is Melissa's Joni here. This is her top. We've got it on one of our valets working hard, but it's much cuter on Melissa. And she made it out of copper corgi shoreline silk. So this is also silk, but really kind of in the completely different direction, in that it's like a rustic silk. So it's not shiny at all. It is 100% silk noir. And Sarah Giroux, who made one of these tops out of hers when she brought it, Sarah being the dyer, she actually put hers in the washer and the dryer. So these are great. These just feel really nice too. And look at these. Okay, so let me tell you the colors. We got West Jack Kid, our custom color here. And then we have Gorgeous, spelled like a gourd. This one is also our custom color, Oh Doe Is Me. This one here is Cashmere. which I believe Melissa's is made out of. This one is one of my favorites, Trembling Earth. And then this is Bougainvillea. So that is really great. This also has very nice yardage. It has 450 yards. It is a true fingering. So we veered away from the lacy light fingerings, and it can also be used as a sport. Okay, some other options for DK and silk. I'm sorry, for silk blends. It is going to be a DK. This is Melissa's Promenade blouse. Isn't that fun? With a silky mohair and a DK. So we have these exact same colors. Right now, we have some of this here, which is traveling yarn, and then the Pasquale Mandaya. I can't talk right now. Which is a lovely mohair, silk, merino, and yak blend. You can put those two together and make that, and it's a beautiful blouse. Okay, so now Melissa put together some different combos in here for me last week, and I remembered as she was leaving saying, let's see if you could put them together the way I meant to. So now a week and COVID later, let's see how I do with that. But you could use, to make the promenade blouse, you could use Malintosh DK in Salt, my very favorite Malintosh color, and put that together with the Mandaya, I don't know why that's so hard for me, Mandaya Hazelnut. That would be really pretty. All right, so there's one combo. Let's see, you could do a more cohesive one with Sweet Georgia DK Stormy Night and the gray blue, you could put those two together. That would be really pretty. All right, let's see what else I got in here. Or you could spice it up a little bit with the Winter Haven and kind of bring out the blues by using petrol in there in that combo. Here's one for you red people. This one is Malintosh Tart, and you could do that with cherry, put those together, or maybe do this sweet pink with the tart. Would be really pretty also. I shouldn't say, it is a sweet pink, but the name is actually called Rose. Put those two together. And then, ooh, I think I did it. This one is Boreal Forest and Sweet Georgia DK. And this one is Curry. You can put those two together. And all that, we get asked about this top all the time. So that is really beautiful. Another thing I finished, this was all before I came down with anything, is I did finish my drawing sweater. And so it's over here, one, because I like to show it off, which you should all do. Show off your things, even if you're only showing them off to us. This was, and it is also with our traveling yarn, the what's left of our traveling yarn, which does also have some silk in it. So I loved making my drawing sweater. I was very excited that all of a sudden in 1 week I had like both sweaters finished, this one and that one. So you might say, what have you been working on? So I did start to feel like knitting, and I have been working on my licorice twist vest. I'll show you the pattern. Here is, and I finished my back. I finished the back of it. So I am using, I'm gonna put it up against me so the light's not going through it. I am using the Earth Spiral Grain, and it is really fun because as you can see, it subtly changes colors, but it doesn't take over. Isn't that, I just am very satisfied with that. So I have finished the back, and now I've started on my front. Let me show you. Here's the pattern of what that will look like. And then it has a really kind of cool vent on it, like this. You could seam it all the way up, or you could just seam a little section there. I'm just gonna seam a little section there because Melissa and I saw this at market, and we've been obsessing about it ever since. So that's what I'm working away on now. I've started on the front, and so you can see how the color is changing again. on the front. I'm going to have to spend a little bit of time thinking about the front, and so that I'm not obsessing over the front and the back matching. I'm fine with that. You know, you did this and then you went up here and then you came back and did that. That was still soon enough that my colors were still in the ball on the same, so that these two would be the same. I mostly just didn't want like a real sharp line when I came back with the other color. So that's what I'm going to be thinking about when I'm doing my front, is how to make sure that my front section, the color continues to blend into that in a more seamless way. Okay, let's see. Gail wants to know how much positive ease that should have. And because, you know, it's only fitted right across the front, I'm not too worried about it. This says that it is shown with 1.5 ease, so on the model. Because you're wearing it over something, you know, you definitely want it to have some ease, I think, because I'm not going to wear it without anything underneath it. I guess that's the best answer I have for that. So I'm going to make sure all the links are up. I'll have all the pattern links at the yarn pages for these. And thanks for hanging with me while I muddled through my first live back after the dreaded COVID. So you all have a lovely Saturday. Melissa and I and Cheryl are here to serve you today. You can text us at 229-236.